Why your calendar is your secret weapon to build wealth. Your life isn't waiting for permission. It's waiting for a system that helps you stop wasting hours and start building a life that pays you back. That system is your calendar, and the truth is, most people don't realize it until it's too late. Time keeps moving, but wealth only builds when your time has structure. So if you're an ambitious business owner, if you've got goals you say matter to you, but you still don't feel in control of your schedule, then this isn't just about a calendar, it's about your freedom. Before we begin, I'll say this up front. If you don't have a calendar that works for how you work, I made one. It's undated, it's clean, it's built for entrepreneurs. It's called the Time for Business calendar. You'll hear more about it as we go. But first, let's talk about why your calendar is your most underused weapon. 1. Wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with time. Everyone wants wealth, but wealth doesn't begin with a product or a platform. It begins with how you manage the invisible minutes that shape your visible future. Let me say it plainly. If your time is out of order, your money will be too. That's why we don't start with a budget. We start with a calendar. Because if you can't account for your hours, you'll never have wealth that compounds. You'll keep running in circles feeling productive but staying stuck. We all know what it's like to be busy, but being busy is not the same as being in business, and it's definitely not the same as building a legacy. The moment you get serious about your calendar, your life starts to shift. Not because the calendar changes you, but because it reveals you. It shows you what you've been avoiding. It exposes the gap between what you say you want and what you actually do. It holds up a mirror to your excuses and gives you a map to replace them. When you treat your calendar like a suggestion, you tell the world, my time isn't valuable. But when you treat it like a strategy, you start sending a different signal. I move with intention. I build with precision. I'm not guessing, I'm growing. That's what shifts you from stuck to scaling, from overwhelmed to on track. And that's why your calendar is your secret weapon, not just for planning your day, but for owning your life. 2. Make a clear, firm decision to master your time. Most people don't decide to take control of their time. They drift, they wait, they hope things will calm down. They keep saying, next week I'll get organized, but next week never comes. If you're ready to change that, if you're ready to actually become the version of you that builds the business, lives the dream, earns the income, and creates the peace, it starts with a firm decision. That decision isn't about color coding. It isn't about buying another planner you never open. It's about saying to yourself, I refuse to let time keep slipping through my hands. Because once you truly decide, everything starts to shift inside of you. Your brain stops chasing distractions. Your mind starts seeing opportunity where it used to see chaos. Your habits sharpen. Your energy shifts. You stop living in reaction and start operating in strategy. A good calendar doesn't just schedule tasks. It programs identity. It says, these are my priorities. These are my boundaries. These are my non-negotiables. This is who I'm becoming. That's why inside the Time for Business calendar, we didn't just put lines and boxes. We included space for monthly goals. We built in room for your wins. We gave you affirmations to anchor your mindset, because time alone doesn't change your life. What you do with it does. Think of it like this. If your life is a house, your calendar is the blueprint. And if you keep building without a plan, you're going to keep wondering why it keeps falling apart. 3. Structure is freedom. People say they want freedom, but they run from structure. They want flexibility, but without a foundation, flexibility becomes chaos. You can't scale what isn't scheduled. You can't automate what isn't first organized. You can't build a team or grow a business if your own time is out of control. That's why I believe this. Freedom is not the absence of structure. Freedom is the result of structure you control. When your calendar becomes a tool for decision making, everything becomes lighter. You stop waking up overwhelmed. You stop forgetting what matters. You stop letting distractions dictate your direction. Instead, you wake up with clarity. You know where to go. You know what to do. You know what to ignore. Even if you don't buy the calendar I made, let this truth hit you. Your time is the gateway to income, to peace, to visibility, to freedom, to purpose. And the only way to protect it is to plan it. 4. Stop waiting. Start building. Let's be real. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when things slow down. I'll get serious after this launch. I'll sit down and map out my schedule when life gets easier. But here's the truth that most people ignore. Life doesn't slow down. You have to slow it down yourself. You have to command it with intention. And the best way to do that is with a calendar that puts you in control. It's not about making every hour perfect. It's about refusing to let another day pass you by with no direction. Because every hour you waste is wealth you delay. And every moment you leave unclaimed on your calendar becomes a moment someone else will use to distract, derail, or drain you. You want results? Schedule them. You want peace? Make room for it. You want wealth? Start by tracking your most valuable asset, your time. This is why high-performing entrepreneurs don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. They rely on calendars. They design their life before life designs it for them. If you want to master your future, master your time, that's it. And if you're tired of waiting for the perfect tool to do that, again, I built one. It's already done for you. It's clean, undated, ready for any start date, and packed with what you actually need. Goal-setting space, weekly and monthly breakdowns, room for real notes, a mindset that reminds you why your time matters. It's not hype, it's strategy. It's called the Time for Business Calendar. You can find it on Amazon whenever you're ready to stop winging it. 5. Take bold action. Even if you're not ready, listen. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to plan the next 10 years of your life today. But you do need to take one bold step right now, because nothing changes without movement. And if you don't start taking your time seriously, life will keep you in a loop of distractions, delays, and doubt. This is how you break the cycle. You sit down, you open a blank page, you write down what matters most to you, then you protect that time like your future depends on it, because it does. You don't need 40 hours a week to change your life. You need a plan for your hours. You need structure that keeps your dreams top of mind and top of schedule. Bold action doesn't always look like massive moves. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, I'm done letting time slip through the cracks. Bold action says, I'm building this vision hour by hour, day by day, page by page. 6. Time is wealth in disguise. We talk about investing money all the time, but the greatest ROI doesn't come from dollars. It comes from what you do with the minutes you usually ignore. Your time is your most compoundable resource, but most people don't even track it. They don't guard it. They don't prioritize it. And then they wonder why their income doesn't match their potential. Here's the raw truth. If you're not mastering your time, you're not building wealth. You're building burnout. You're building stress. You're building regret. But that stops now. Because now you know, now you understand that if you want more peace, more income, more results, it's not about doing more. It's about structuring your days around what actually matters. Even if your life feels busy, even if you're juggling multiple things, you can regain control, one day at a time, one calendar page at a time, one bold decision at a time. 7. Final shift. Build the life that honors you. You don't have to guess your way forward. You don't have to hope for clarity. You can build it with your thoughts, with your choices, with your schedule. When your calendar becomes your compass, you no longer drift. you direct. You build a life that honors your dreams, your boundaries, your energy, your calling. So if you're ready to stop waiting, if you're ready to stop hoping, if you're ready to stop surviving, then pick a page, pick a goal, pick a start date, and begin. You can use the Time for Business calendar or anything that works for you, but whatever you use, commit to it, because when your time is aligned, your life is aligned. It's not about perfection. It's not about productivity for the sake of hustle. It's about purpose. It's about looking back a year from now and saying, that was the moment I took control of my time. That was the moment I started building real wealth. That was the moment I stopped letting the day own me and I started owning it. Because when you master your time, you master your life. And when you master your life, wealth follows. Now go schedule your future. It's waiting for you. 8. This is bigger than a calendar. This is about who you become. You see, when you get serious about your time, you don't just work differently. You think differently. You walk differently. You lead differently. Because your calendar is not just about managing hours. It's about managing your identity. Every time you write something down and follow through, you train your brain to trust yourself. And the more you trust yourself, the more unstoppable you become. Because self-trust is the root of self-worth. And your self-worth sets the thermostat for your income, your boundaries, your standards, your confidence. So yes, the right calendar can change your life, not because of the paper, but because of the pattern it creates. A pattern that says, I show up, I follow through, I protect my purpose, I lead my life. And let's talk about what this really means long term. When your time is aligned with your vision, when your priorities are visible, when your days aren't just filled with noise but filled with intention, that's when you stop operating like a hustler and start moving like a visionary. 9. Legacy doesn't happen by accident. The truth is, no one builds a legacy by accident. No one wakes up accidentally successful. No one stumbles into alignment. It's all built deliberately, quietly, hour by hour, decision by decision, day by day. You're not just managing a week, you're managing your becoming. So every time you sit down with your calendar, whether it's mine or your own, you're doing something sacred. You're saying to yourself, I matter. My work matters. My energy matters. My future matters. That's not just productivity. That's honoring your assignment, even if nobody claps, even if nobody sees, even if you're doing it alone right now. Keep showing up, because one day someone will look at your life and realize they weren't just organized, they were intentional, they were unstoppable, they were built different. That's what this is really about. You're not here to stay busy. You're here to leave a mark, to build systems, to create freedom, to unlock overflow for you and for everyone connected to you. But none of that happens if your days stay scattered. None of that happens if you don't master your time. 10. Let the calendar anchor you in the storm. There will be days when you lose motivation. There will be days when life feels chaotic again. That's okay, but if you've got a system, if you've got structure, you won't spiral, you'll reset, and that's why the Time for Business calendar is undated. Because no matter where you're starting from, no matter how many times you've fallen off, you can get back on. Pick up your pen, pick up your power, pick up your structure, and start again. Write the vision, break it into goals, break those goals into days, and make those days count. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build peace. That's how you build wealth. I'll show you exactly how to use this in your business in just 1 second. Stay with me. Your time is your foundation. Your calendar is your blueprint, and your commitment is the bridge between where you are and where you're destined to be. So if you need a calendar to help with that, I have built one just for you. It's not magic, it's not hype, it's just what I wish I had when I was trying to organize my mind and build a business with no roadmap. It's called the Time for Business Calendar. It's available now on Amazon. And if you're ready to stop winging it and start winning with time, this is for you. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below, because at the end of the day, clarity creates power, structure creates freedom, time creates wealth, and your calendar is what connects them all. So stop leaving your future up to chance. Go schedule it and then go live it.